Hi, welcome to the Matterport webinar. My name's Peter Simcoe. This is Emily Ullman.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so my name is Emily Ullman, and I am the founder of Hopscotch Interactive, a Matterport service partner located in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm also the CEO of Spatial First, and I am a moderator for the Matterport Official User Group, also known as Moog.
I'm a freelance designer based in Chester, in England, and I'm also writing a book about Matterport, about the entry-level cameras and the Pro 2. Today, we want to discuss how Matterport is relevant to photographers. Emily, would you like to make a start?
Yeah, so exactly. So we are going to talk a little bit about why a photographer would use the Matterport capture system, why they would use the Matterport Pro 2 to add to their photography inventory. And so we're going to give a couple of examples of some stuff that's been shot with the camera and talk about
first of all, if I just asked you, what would you say is one of the key reasons a photographer should consider Matterport as a platform, never mind the camera, just as a system?
Sure. Yeah, so they should consider it if they are thinking about adding any type of virtual tour to their photography offerings, or if they aren't a photographer already, then there's a lot of really interesting things that you can do with it, including create the 3D dollhouse view. I'll just pop that up there so people can see what I'm talking about. And that's something that's
How difficult is it to if we just go into how difficult it is? Because obviously, if a photographer sees that now, they go, "Wow, where do I start?" How difficult is it to actually get started as a photographer?
Well, it's not very difficult. It really just requires a fairly brief training on the system, and then you can get started using the Matterport system to create 3D photography, whether it's the dollhouses or the virtual tours, or, for instance, like also the flattened 2D schematics. These are also the kinds of things that are enabled by using 3D photography.
So basically, if we take these two examples you've just shown, a series of photographs was taken using the Matterport system.
Yep.
Do people have to build these, or are they automatically generated?
Yeah, it's automatically generated. So what happens is you go around and you take take an iPad or an iPhone, and you can use that to operate it. And then you mark up window markings or trim markings, things like that, which you do on the actual capture app on your iPad, and then you upload it to the cloud, and then this is automatically generated and stitched together in the cloud.
But if I'm a photographer and I already have a reasonably successful business, why should I be interested?
Well, there's a couple things that even the best photographers run into, on a shoot, and that would be that, for instance, you can always think back to an example of a time when you left a job site, and you didn't take a photograph that you wished you had. This system allows you to go back, and every place that you have taken a scan or a 360, if it's outdoors, well, you can go back and sort of take infinite images after the fact by having used this. So it's great in terms of that. Maybe you can think of it as
it's got a level of flexibility. I mean, I know when I've been experimenting and using the camera in some of the jobs that I've been doing, the ability to go back and almost change you are changing the field of view, change the field of view direction, and yet still get high quality images that come out of this. For example,
let's take a look at what you got.
Well, a couple of examples here. I was trying just a bit of practice when I was getting used to the camera, taking images. This is my garden. I wanted to do a scan of the garden, see how it actually functioned outdoors with some of the 3D capability enabled, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But literally, this image is a 4K image. It's a print quality image. You could put this in a magazine, you could put it in a brochure, and that was taken as part of the scan. So I did the walkthrough, did all the scanning around the garden, so you can actually see it online as a walkthrough. But you could also print this out as well. So rather than having to double up on time and go and reshoot or go and have to do a separate sort of photography shoot, I can first of all get a walkthrough where I can show people online how the garden looks, that people can literally walk through it, and yet I can get these snapshots and images out of the system that are high quality. And this is fairly new stuff, as in it's only the last 2-3 years this quality has sort of been available. So
Yeah, and was that pretty exciting for you to see that you could do that when you got the camera? I mean, were you surprised?
I was surprised because I think my previous experience with 360 cameras and virtual tours was that they are just so limited, and the quality of the images, you have to spend so much money to get high resolution images, whereas Matterport is making this more accessible, and the quality is decent. You can really zoom in on. I mean, I literally, Emily, before I was showing you an example where I was zooming right in on some of the flowers, and the level of detail that impresses me as a photographer. That impresses me, the fact that I can go back and select certain areas and it still retains a reasonable level, even at full zoom, a reasonable level of resolution that I can print out. That's what I really care about, and I think that's what most photographers will care about. So would you like to demonstrate some of the 360s that you have?
Sure, exactly. So one of the other reasons that I think people are, bound to be interested in this is because, and let's just, hold on, we got to pull the image out here.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, oops, wait a second, just a moment. I think it's over here.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Okay, so we'll put this back in here. And what I want to show you is where we are standing right now is actually in a kitchen. It's actually this place called Kitchen on Fire, which is in Berkeley. It's a culinary school and a cooking school where I came in to shoot this property for a Google Street View. So a Google Street View shoot. And so also about, I guess now it's like a year and a half ago, but we were able to, because of this integration with Matterport and Google Street View, we can actually have our Matterport spaces uploaded to Google Street View pretty seamlessly.
So you're able to,
the quality.
Yeah, you're able to output we were able to output several things actually. A 360 photograph, first of all, which is becoming increasingly used, I guess, at Facebook, all sorts of different social media platforms, but you can also take high quality snapshots and seamlessly integrate. You can it's one button, it's one click now, isn't it? I believe to upload to Google Maps.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of sort of placement is required, but then it's basically a one-touch publishing to Google Street View. That's correct. So again, well, you are actually raising quite an important issue there of time saving, which I think previously, before we did this, we were talking about the ability to save time and yet output several different formats seems to be one of the key selling points. So yeah. I think that's a key selling point. So that would definitely be, I would say, like top three. So I would certainly say the ability to go back to space. Yeah. Things such as Google Street View and sort of having maximum.
So it's different media.
Assets.
Yeah, different media outputs.
Different media, social media outputs, and then saving time. I mean, certainly saving time is really helpful for folks, and so that is always like a very good selling point for folks. But
yes, and I guess the pressure's on now for people to deliver on so many different formats. Can you get these images onto Google? We want to show our business on Google. We want to show it in a virtual a walkthrough. We want to be able to put things in our brochure and online. So I guess these are the key elements that photographers need to be considering.
I would definitely consider those things if I were a photographer and I knew that I could, that there was a possibility to maybe augment what I'm already doing with Matterport. And I'll just also add that what's cool about it is you can shoot indoors, you can shoot the interiors. So here's another just example of an interior of a condominium. And this is the quality straight from the camera. And then also in the exterior, if I want to show you the pool area, then we can also do the 360s outside. So I think that kind of flexibility, is the thing that makes things really, really helpful for folks. Yeah. So Well, awesome. Well, thanks so much, Peter, for having me. Let's see. If, is there anything else you want to show, or we
Well, I
can?
think if we've got those are all the examples that we have at the
Awesome.
moment. Okay. Well, I think
Awesome.
what we've done is provided a brief overview of reasons. I mean, the technical aspects. I think there's information online. You can see the quality and get information related to the resolution, etc. But I think the only other thing to say is that the quality really is of a standard that you can professionally output so many different things from the Matterport system. And so thanks very much, Emily, for contributing to this. So Emily, if you'd just like to highlight some of your links again, I think, is it hopscotchinteractive.com?
That's right. So hopscotchinteractive.com. You can check out my Matterport service partner business. Of course, you can find me on the Matterport official user group, the Moog, and also at spatialfirst.com. We're also doing some really interesting things with Matterport as well. So and your website is?
It's www.simco.co.uk.
Okay.
And thanks very much. And thanks for listening to this. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.